today we have a minor task of constructing a desk, and of course, since we're very special people, we need very specific specifications, and there's no way we're gonna pay $700 fucking for a desk. I'm about to head up to Lowe's. I got my fishing license because you know you need that to enter a hardware store. No problem. About to go in there, get this day started. It's fucking early. I'm sleepy, but I'm waiting for my buddy Colt to get up. I'm gonna get after it, start moving, start shaking, start making a desk. Just went in and basically got shook down because they thought I was trying to steal somebody's order. Lo and behold, I am Thomas Mouzon. Suck it, lady. But got some paint, got some wood screw, got some pre-primed shit in the back, got a couple studs, big old piece of plywood. We're about to get after it.
Finally getting home after being shooken down, I started moving the wood to the project area back in the workshop. At this moment, Colt hadn't arrived yet, so I was effectively just preparing the best I could for his arrival. The workshop. A delicate place, perhaps even a place of privacy. But in this moment, all that mattered was setting up the proper tools. And every good craftsman understands the importance of a level work area. I apply the standard 2 taps and the foot press, and from there we begin.
I'm gonna fucking kill somebody one of these days, I'm telling you. Playing sports.
After talking Colt down from the anger he seemingly arrived with, we started prepping our lines for cutting out our biggest sections of wood. During this process, a few novice mistakes were made, but altogether we were still able to accomplish what we wanted and give us a good guideline to be able to cut this to shape. After realizing the saw we had initially was set up with a friction wheel, we changed over to an actual blade and began to cut. And as before, I am no professional, but the learning experiences I was given in these opportune times have improved my skill at least twice-fold, and any subsequent cutting I have done since then has definitely gotten better. Now here you may be asking yourself, how are these boys doing all this woodworking and using these horses wrong? And to that I'd say, I couldn't tell you. But with this cut finished, we finally had our tabletop, and from there we decided to take a break to reconvene and reflect on what it is that we'd learned.
You know, fucked up now. Shit.
I feel like scared me. Come down, smack me in the leg board.
Fuck yeah, leg board. I say we're about, what, halfway through our build so far? We have very simple schematics here, and
a very simple game plan.
yeah, it's not super bad, but the, so far so good. We had a little bit of some deviation from the line.
Of course.
Which, if you ask me, that builds character. You should never follow the rules, really, as you can see.
There's an important lesson to glean from just doing things. There's an important lesson from making a mistake and then having somebody come down from the heavens
And fucking saving us.
and show us the right way.
Yeah, dude.
I could have never got this far if I didn't have my guardian angels.
Yes.
I just want that to be expressed.
I feel that. No, for real. There's some people that are put on this earth truly to help. and you know, we're blessed. We're blessed with being surrounded almost exclusively by that.
By people who always help.
Yeah.
But no, the tabletop itself is pretty much done.
Because I like writing space, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And I don't really have that with our current setup, which is modest, is a good way to put it. But,
Yeah. But literally anything better than that would be,
fuck yeah.
yeah, something that's at least one nice long table.
For sure. And then, like you said, we have more auxiliary pieces to be able to do shit like underneath shelving for the actual computer. That would be pretty money. I mean, for our very limited abilities and moderate amount of equipment we have right now, I think we're doing it. It's not bad. I'm having a good time. I like working with wood. I haven't been able to do that in a long time. I had a family member steal an inordinate amount of power tools from my home when we were letting them stay there. I'm gonna air that out every time I can because I'm still pissed about that. Honestly, that's kind of bullshit. Again, that's what you get when you help people and you're not a helper.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That was our fault. We're not meant to help.
He came and helped you guys clear out the space.
Yeah.
Clear out the garage.
Yeah, he helped make my fucking toolbox lighter is all he did.
Now we needed to cut the legs for the table. We had our marks set, and basically just worked through the process of cutting each 2x4 down to size.
So we are now in the fabrication step of today's build. What's going through your mind right now, Keith?
Trying to make sure that I don't mess up, because, you know, pain, pleasure, pride all ride along this desk. And right now, if I miss one screw hole,
It's a lot of pain.
it's failure. I couldn't stand for it.
Yeah.
So it's important that you take your time. It's important that you use your pen.
Yeah.
And right now I'm taking my time and using my pen.
Now, I'd like to really stand by the fact the Muzan white glove touch is at full display this evening.
Of course. Everything I touch, everything I do, anything that's part of my family, we all
Treat it like. Honestly, there is an element of true service. I don't want to say servitude, because you don't bow to no man, of course. But in terms of going the extra mile, I know few other than Thomas and Tyler Muzan.
exactly.
Who?
The extra mile is a guaranteed part of our service package, which only costs a low flat rate of $150 a year.
I feel that. Yeah,
You get us
it
out
is
for
an it
free.
is an annual thing. These men are basically conscripts to me.
Practically.
But
Grab a drill.
I can't.
At this point, all we needed to do was put everything together. And the only difficulty here was that we started to experience some inclement weather, which did force our hand in moving faster than we'd like. But at the time, we were able to construct it and get it moved inside.
I know it may not seem like it. I am 5'5", but this is the size of my hand, right?
Yeah.
Look at all that desk.
Look at that.
Look at all that desk.
A massive amount. Basically, so we were dealing with a desk on wheels and a fucking card table so far for our studio, and it is the most dangerous thing in the whole world. So to our own spec, we got my PC shelf, other stuff going on. I'll spare you the details, right? Close your eyes if you will. Let me take you down a road. You see just a whole array of RGB keyboards, Funko Pops, monitors,
Fall Guys in Fortnite on every monitor, glistening in your fucking, reflecting off the plasticine ears on your Catgirl headset.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
You have your gamer glasses.
Yeah.
So you don't have eye strain.
Your Gunner Optics gamer glasses.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be legendary. Oh shit! I love these guys.
And you know, it's kind of crazy because these boys are from Ohio. And you know, Ohio has an unusually high rate of people who come out in like pro wrestling and mixed martial arts. Mark Coleman, the first UFC heavyweight champion, fucking Ohio. And Macho Man, Randy Savage, came from fucking Ohio. And you know, the gods conspired to take down Macho Man Randy Savage because they needed a heart attack and driving into a tree to take him down.
I think the tree probably took him down, but the heart attack was just like the precursor, because how else are you going to run Macho Man Randy Savage into a tree? I'm getting off topic.
But they needed both.
Yeah, to
So-
kill him, to take him out.
So he could sever his mortal coil and come into Valhalla, elbow dropping, going, "Oh yeah!" after his wife goes, "Oh Randy, no!" Because it had to have been at the very least a little bit fucking tragic, you know?
I'm not really surprised, though, by the whole Ohio thing. And again, I'm a city boy schlub from New York. For what all I know, you people in Ohio are...
You people?
something
Current
else.
year.
It's true, there's bonus multipliers and it's kind of silly. And they have the room to build fucking like this old house because they don't live in a crowded city like people living atop one another like fucking chimpanzee cockroaches.
Yeah.
Like, man, I wonder what that's like.
Not being stuck in like a box.
Man,
Like confined to a very small space where you have to measure out everything.
well, I mean, to what degree are they subject to the box life? That's what I'd like to know.
I don't know. I feel like the box life is a very specific...
Box life. I mean, I box in my free time. Mark Coleman was a great boxer. He's from Ohio. I don't know what these fucking guys are talking about.
Well, outside of the existence of living on one of the coasts, I'm not sure how the box life would translate to people, someone living, you know, in the Midwest. I mean, whether it be Ohio or anywhere else in the fucking Rust Belt. I think it's unique to the rootless cosmopolitan existence
100%.
that has like come to dwell and infest and sink their roots into places like you and I call home.
I mean, I used to make jokes about living down south and saying that the most things you can do to entertain yourself is like throwing rocks at trees, because there ain't shit to do down there. I mean, I stand corrected now. Looking back on that, plenty of mundane bullshit for y'all to do down there. It's much better here.
Man, you know, but what irks me is that being born and raised in a place like this, it ends up warping your expectations in other places.
You know, I can't imagine what stepping over rats and trash all day does to you.
I bet it makes you like a masked freak or something.
Yeah, like Spider-Man.
Which is its mind, because how could such a thing even possibly exist in the history of anything ever? Because you're spoiled, because you don't have to drive.
Because how dare they turn that shit off? It's public transportation.
And not just the trains, but the buses, the whole 9 yards. I mean, okay. I mean, once upon a time, a very dear friend of mine, Seblem is his shithead internet screen name on my handle, whatever it is you'd like to call it. So the point is, he lives over in Harvard Square, which is in Massachusetts' capital city, Boston. So he lives in Harvard Square, which is like the Boston equivalent of like St. Mark's Place, okay?
Yeah, okay. Then
So we would make popcorn, and we would watch people who run for like the fucking 100-meter dash for the very last train, and that fucking train station that's right next to that fucking place where the Celtics used to play, and all the other fucking trains, and it's like, it's not quite their Times Square, but it just happens to be like that's where all the trains
Oh no,
leave.
yeah, like the stadium the Celtics play at is like a busted ass, fake ass Times Square.
I don't even know how you can play basketball games in a big ass clock, dude.
Yeah, especially with an all-Irish basketball
like it's-
team. Aren't they little?
Yeah.
Then again, to be fair, Boston was there way before us.
Sublime used to make fucking popcorn, and we would eat it, and we would watch people do the 100-yard meter dash. Sometimes you'd see women take off their heels or their shoes and run. And sometimes they'd make it. The ones that didn't were like, wow, you asked the fuck out. Like, good luck. And it was just, I mean, on one hand, yeah, it's like human misery. But on the other hand, it was like, wow, this is what you get for fucking public transportation. Like, what the fuck kind of public transportation does Ohio have?
Hey, all we know around here is coal trains and 454 big box, buddy.
At least outside of any like local city transportation.
And if there are Irish people in fucking Ohio, is there like a northern Irish population in Ohio? That's something I'd like to know. Like, no one ever talks about the plight of the Northern Irish.
No one talks about Ohio.
Well, even the Wu-Tang fucking, like, you know, niggas from Ohio. Their words, not mine.
For sake of argument, if you made it this far, 1, 3.
This fucking thing.
The video? No, I use it because now I want you to sync the video. You've unlocked the good storyline. How many ask you to...
And this is running in the background of a video somewhere on the internet. Why would you keep this in?
Yeah, that's on you, man.
Realistically, that means that someone's watching a video, or we're talking about somebody watching a video, where this context should not be involved.
Presumably about someone watching that video. You know, people from Ohio, they don't play chess for handshakes and draws, they play for blood. Montes and T play co-op.
Is it Monthis or Montis?
Isn't this on TV?
Montes
How do they know your name?
It's on a TV, right? Just don't worry about it. Just watch.
I'm mispronouncing this, you have to correct this because, like, it's just how it reads off on the screen with the thumbs.
I thought it
and
was
the-
Montus.
I was born and raised in New York City, specifically in Queens. And I'm not.
Isn't Queen that gay band?
That would go to
You're thinking of Shinedown.
like Cheyenne, Wyoming, and I'd be like, "What the fuck you mean you ain't got no fucking calzones here?" It's like, no, because like the New Yorker identity is specific to certain things, but I'm much more proud to be from like Queens.
Does anybody actually do that shit though?
I imagine some people do. Some people that don't know any better. It's not. Imagine living your life on Lafayette Street and then the world changed around you, or like Mott Street or some shit.
I can't imagine that. I'm from fucking Queens.
Okay, right. So I'm from Queens. Monoxis is from Queens, and like, you know what else is from Queens? Martin Scorsese, Christopher Walken, Anthrax, the band, the Ramones, John Favreau, Lucy Liu. A lot of crazy shit has come from Queens. If you want to count, fucking like works of fiction, Spidey-Man and
Spider-Man.
Archie Bunker came from fucking Queens.
You're also missing a very important Queens native. The goddamn president.
Well, that's right. Mr. fucking Donald J. Trump is from Jamaica, Queens.
Yep.
The very same Jamaica, Queens as 50 Cent is from.
So, Queens.
Okay. So you see, so the world revolves around Queens. You know what else is from Queens? Nas. So you could go eat the peanuts out of my shit everywhere else in the fucking United States. Yeah, New York City, blah, 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 blah. And Brooklyn is its own fucking thing, but the world revolves around Queens. Fuck you, the president is from Queens. Like, oh, eat the peanuts out of my shit. We here at 718 TV would like to remind you that we're doomed. And yes, we are doomed, but we're with you. Alright?
Well, that was something. New Yorkers are weird.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the desk's done.
You want to go throw rocks at trees at the park?
Oh yeah. Come on, bro. We can take the bus.
Yeah.